Hey, it's Eric Hammer here, the man in the hat. Here you go. Today's video is a little bit different. I want to talk to you a little bit about what you can and can't actually do with a video in post-processing. And the reason I want to talk about is something that a person I respect a great deal, Roberto Blake, he likes to talk about this a lot on his channel. So I do recommend that you subscribe to him. He's a really great guy. Um, by the way, I have no connection to Roberto. He probably doesn't even know who I am, but he's a really good guy. But anyway, I want to talk to you about this because it's really important for my business, for affiliate marketing, for product launching. There are a lot of great things you can do with a video in post processing, but there's also things you really can't do with a video in post processing, no matter how much Hollywood might lie to you. So we're going to get into that in a minute. I just wanted to, before that, say my name is Eric Hammer. I'm known as the man in the hat because I wear a fedora pretty much everywhere I go. And here on the channel, I both provide free training like this, as well as reviews of info products and software in the make money online niche. And I do it because I want to make sure that you don't end up buying a lot of crap like I used to buy. Behind me, you can see my research library. I own over 1,000 books in print. I love to read. I love to do research for you. And basically, the way it works here on the channel is that when I do a review, at the end of the review, you're going to see if I'm going to tip my hat to the product creator or not. If I do, it means I love it. Go ahead and buy it. If I don't, well, better luck next time. Now, if you are new to the channel, I strongly suggest that you go and smash the subscribe button, hit the bell icon to be notified when I drop new videos. I drop new videos pretty much every single day, and I think you're going to love being a member of the tribe. So with that said, let's get right into this, and let's roll the intro. Okay, so I don't want anybody to feel discouraged about getting into affiliate marketing or product launching. And I know another person that I respect a great deal, Jonah Armstrong, talks about how all he had was his cell phone when he started out. And all I had when I started working on this was a really, really crappy webcam. And honestly, what I'm recording on right now is a high definition webcam. That's really all I'm using. I don't use, some $6,000 camera to do this, but I think it looks reasonably clear. It looks reasonably good. Um, and I want to share a couple of thoughts on what you can and you can't do uh, in post processing, and I'll explain to you why in just a moment. But basically, you can have something like what you can see above the screen here. I'm going to put it into post processing. You'll see, I'm going to have something floating above the above me for a little bit. You can add in. It's called a video wrapper. That's not a big deal. You can add it in. There's a program called OpenShot that I use. It's free. You can download it for free and learn how to use OpenShot. And it's you can do all kinds of cool effects like that. You can do fades. You can do transitions and things like that. That's possible to do regardless of what your source is. You can also, if you know the tricks of the trade, there are ways to clean up your audio a little bit. For example, when I record audio, just audio, for a voiceover, what I will do is I will leave about 5 to 10 seconds of silence, and then I'm going to go and start speaking, finish my recording, and I use a program called Audible to do this. And the reason I do 5 to 10 seconds of silence is because I can then grab that 5 to 10 seconds of silence as a sample, and Audible can actually suppress background noises. So, you might hear the computer's fan whirring in the background, or there might be something going on somewhere else. There might be little noises, and it won't filter out everything. You won't get perfect sound. Like, for example, you probably heard my cat meowing, and that wouldn't be able to be processed out in post processing. But it is possible to at least get the sound a little bit clearer. And the reason I'm bringing all this up is because I have a side gig doing the intros and outros like you see here. I have about 15 different options. And I'm actually going to drop a link to my gig below this video so you can see it if you want to purchase one for your own videos. And so a client of mine sent me a message asking if I could clean up her videos. She shot them in YouTube, and the resolution was not very good quality, to be honest. It's a little bit fuzzy looking. It's the sound quality is not all that great, and she basically said she wanted me to kind of clean them up and make them look nicer, and improve the sound quality. And there's limits to what you can do, and I think that she's probably seen too many movies. I'm not going to say who she is. I'm not going to show her videos, obviously, but I think she's seen too many movies. You know, those movies or TV shows, like NCIS or CSI, whatever, where they have some camera footage, some CCTV camera footage of a crime being committed, and it's kind of blurry, and they're all leaning over the screen, and the detective says, "Can you clean that up a little bit?" And the guy presses boop, 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 a couple of buttons, and then suddenly it shoots in like, oh, there it is. We can see a perfect clear picture of the license plate, and here's the perfect person's picture. We can see it perfectly. In reality, it doesn't quite work that way, unfortunately. There's limits to what you can do, because the fact of the matter is that the resolution is the resolution, and basically the way upscaling works is what it does is it takes what exists and kind of like says, okay, well, there's this color pixel next to this. Let me make another pixel next to it, and it's going to kind of look blurred if you upscale too much. So it really doesn't exist. Unfortunately, there's no way to do it. The other thing that you're going to see is these crime texts on TV. They say, "Oh, I can isolate the individual sounds." To a point, yes, but in reality, not really. And the reason I say this is there might be some software that could do this. If you have somebody you're going to pay $10,000 to, they might be able to do some isolation of sounds. There are programs that can do it, but it's really not what they make it look like in TV, where they press a couple of buttons, boop, 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 and then suddenly you've isolated all the sounds out, and you only have the one soundtrack that you want. It really doesn't work that way. And that's important to understand. And the reason this is important to understand is because most of you, when you start out, you're going to be using your cell phone. You turn your cell phone on in selfie mode, and you record a video. And that's fine. Most cameras today, most phone cameras made today, like if they're like no more than about 2 or 3 years old, you're probably going to be fine with the quality of the video. To be perfectly honest, even if it records in 720p, that's more than sufficient. You really don't need to have a full 1080p experience. What is important, though, and what I recommend highly, is a pair of earbuds with the little speaker thing on it. You can get one for like $5 or $10. They're super duper cheap. I've actually seen them for as little as like 99 cents, although I would recommend buying something a little bit better quality. You don't have to buy one that's really good quality. And the reason is that people will forgive bad quality video a lot more readily than they'll forgive bad quality audio. It's a weird thing in video, but it's the truth. And what I found was I used to have a computer here that I record a lot of content on, and I have a Blue Yeti microphone. Blue Yeti is a type of microphone which is about $100, $120, not terribly expensive. Not cheap, but not terribly expensive, comparatively speaking. And it's one of the best microphones you can buy. It provides near professional quality sound processing. Now, the thing is, though, that you really don't need to do that. What you do need is at least that microphone. And I'll tell you, when I recorded originally, before I bought my Blue Yeti, I recorded a lot of content using just the built-in speaker on my computer, and it sounded horrendous. People kept claiming they couldn't hear me, they couldn't understand me, and so I was searching for a hack. I really didn't. I had ordered a Blue Yeti by then, and I said, "Well, it hasn't come yet. It's I live in Israel. It's coming from the States. What am I going to do?" And so what I did was, I got myself a pair of earbuds with one of those little speaker things on it. And frankly, the quality on my Blue Yeti microphone is a little bit better, but not really all that much different. But the quality from my built-in speakers, my built-in microphone, as opposed to using Just this cheap little thing for $10 that has the little speaker on it was amazing. And the reason is those things are designed for people on the go. They're designed for somebody who is walking around the street who wants to have a conversation. And so the microphone is designed specifically to hone in on your voice as opposed to honing in on all the other stuff that's going on around you. And so that's a really, really big deal. If you're just getting started, I strongly recommend at the bare minimum that you go and get yourself one of those kind of headsets. Eventually, you can go and upgrade to a fancy camera, and I'll probably eventually upgrade to a fancy camera as well. John O. Armstrong recently did a video talking about how he has a $6,000 camera that he's upgraded to, and God bless him. He can do it. I'm not at the point where I would do that, or I'm not even sure if I need that kind of a camera. I do have a decent camera now. I do have a Blue Yeti microphone, but there's always better. Obviously, there's always better quality, and you can get up to the level where you can spend $60,000 on a camera. But the bottom line is that you really don't need all those things. What you do need at the bare minimum, though, and what I strongly suggest you get, is at least one of those little headsets for $10 that has the speaker on it. I think that'll make a huge difference in the quality of the videos, and it'll probably help you with conversions, getting sales for whatever it is that you're selling on YouTube or Facebook or wherever. So I hope that helped you, and hope you go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you like the content, leave me a comment what you want to see here, and also please go ahead and give me a like if you like the content. Thank you, and see you next time.